Hey everybody, Master Adam Grogin here. I believe that for a good power break, you need to have a balance of three things. You need to have really good technique that you've worked on with muscle memory. You need to have conditioned the part of your body that's making contact and doing the break and the strike. And you also need to have strength. Oftentimes in the martial arts, we say that big muscles and strength isn't the most important thing if you have good technique, which I agree with. But if we're talking about breaking the most number of boards or bricks possible, maximizing our power break, then muscle strength, that kind of thing definitely plays into the factor of balancing everything we do. Because no matter how good my technique is, and no matter how conditioned my body part is, if I have no strength behind it, I'm not gonna break. Now, oftentimes in the past, I would try to develop my own ways to strengthen certain motions that were my breaks. For me, most commonly, my power hand technique was a power hammer technique, and my elbow was an over-the-top elbow. So I looked for ways using resistance bands or pulley machines to try to go through the motion of my break with resistance training, and strengthen the body parts and the little muscles that I didn't know I was using to strengthen those muscles to make those techniques stronger and to make my breaks better. But recently, I was talking to my good friend Greg, who is an elite strengthening and conditioning coach, and he was telling me I shouldn't do this. Why shouldn't I do this, Greg?
Very good questions, Adam. Very, very good questions. And it's a very big common mistake for martial artists and athletes alone. They use too much resistance and create bad movement patterns. As you said, technique is everything. You need your line to be straight. If you add resistance to that, you're breaking down your actual pattern of breaking. So you're also not training the muscles to move fast. You're moving them slower. So you'd be better off training Olympic lifts for explosiveness, rotational exercises for that motion of the break, squats, deadlifts, bench presses to get everything strong. And you want to create the proper neural patterns for that movement, that straight line movement, and to send signals to the muscles to move fast. If you do anything with resistance in that same pattern, you're just breaking down your form and your pattern. Similar to if I were to put 10 pounds in your hand and had you throw punches over a period of time, your pattern, your line would not be straight. So those are the simple reasons why you should not be training in that pattern of your actual motion with resistance.
To compare and contrast, how is that kind of related to other sports and other athletes and some common misconceptions they might have?
Another great question, and it's good to explain and compare those type of similarities where if you had a baseball bat and you put too much weight on it and you were swinging, you'd just be destroying your swing, your pattern. So then when you get in an actual situation, you screwed up your swing. It's not in that straight, good technique pattern. And the similar with hockey, whereas if they have the weighted pucks, you're just screwing up your technique on shooting. That technique has to be done perfectly every time. Just like in martial arts, you practice over and over again to get that perfect technique. If you add anything to that and you break down those lines, you break down that technique, you're just gonna repeat that when it comes time to performance. And that's what you don't wanna do. You always want proper technique. So train the rest of the body to get strong and more explosive, but never train the actual pattern of your sport.
That was awesome, Greg. Thank you very much. So the next step is I'm gonna have Greg show me some great other exercises to help build up my downward hammerfist strike and my over-the-top forearm break. And then I'm gonna share that with you guys so that all of us breakers can learn from this and get better. So thank you very much, Greg.
All right.